Good moment, Pivians all around the world, and maybe in outer space. Who knows? I'm not going to make that assumption that there are or aren't Pivians in outer space. It's currently the second week in October 2018. I'm Bryan Snappy. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of PIVX Press. So holy smokes, it's been a busy 4 or 5 weeks since we last did a PIVX Press update. Again, thanks for tuning in and for being incredible Pivians. There's a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into it. I think first and foremost, we're going to start with some of the third-party applications and projects that are either directly using PIVX or are affiliating around the PIVX ecosystem. So first of all, zDEX, right? So this is the decentralized exchange. This is actually the world's first zero-knowledge proof privacy decentralized exchange. I know that's a mouthful, but I think it's important to clarify. There's other DEXs that are out there. This is the world's first really true privacy-oriented decentralized exchange. And it's running using the PIVX masternode ecosystem. How cool is that? So again, that launches on November 1st, actually. So that's right around the corner. You can go check out the link below, see the countdown timer for when that's actually going live. Again, this is going to utilize zPiv and the PIVX masternodes in order to be the intermediary for all of the coins, right? So if you want to get Bitcoin, you've got to go through zPiv first. You might ask yourself, well, why? It's because zPiv provides unparalleled privacy and anonymity for your financial transactions. And imagine that inside of exchange, it's complete privacy. So you're able to sell and buy with security, knowing that you're safe and your identities are safe, and so are your funds. So again, super excited to see that. Congrats to that team and 7hacks for really spearheading the charge on that development. Awesome, and really excited to see what that does for the PIVX ecosystem as a whole. Speaking of staying informed, there's almost too much to keep track of. The PIVX Cruise, right? So if you don't know anything about that, if you want to find out more, there are tickets still available for that. Check the link below. You can get on the cruise. You'll be able to hang out with a bunch of Pivians, learn all about the blockchain of PIVX, the people of PIVX, and just have a really, really good community event time on that cruise. So check the links below for more information about that. All right, some quick dev updates. I don't have specifics, but I do know that there is a new core wallet upgrade coming. I don't know the date of that. As soon as I have more details of what that entails, I know there's some bug fixes. I know there's some upgrades, implementation upgrades, and preparation probably as well for the zDEX. So beware of that. It's inbound. I don't have the dates, and as soon as I know, we'll let you know. And make sure you stay informed on that so that you can keep your core wallets running and on the right chain. All right, there's another third-party application that's really getting closely aligned with PIVX, and that's Numo. I think you probably have heard me mention that in the previous episode, maybe on social media. Numo is a mobile payments app. Really, really expansive, looking to grow in Canada and then go globally. They've already got mobile apps. They've already got financial transactions back and forth. These guys are reformed bankers in their own words, and they're looking to put PIVX on as the first cryptocurrency. And one of the big reasons is the relationships that were built from PIVX within, so congrats to everyone that was making that happen. As well as they identified PIVX as being a real pioneer in privacy and mobile payment privacy, right? And so why this is starting to come up is up in Canada, as you might or may not know, cannabis has been legalized as of October 17th, 2018. Which is massively expanding their markets up there, and yet there's still a lot of concerns around privacy financially in these new markets and emerging markets. So an Indigenous National Cannabis Association has reached out to Numo and said, hey, we're really interested in you as a solution for our ecosystem, yet we want to have privacy. And so they immediately came to PIVX and said, hey, I think we have an opportunity here. So again, imagine you being able to just go onto your phone, onto an app, walk into a store, use PIV, use it, exchange it at like an ATM, basically send directly. It's incredible. You can see where this is going. So you can read more about that. They were on the last Alliance call. There's a couple proposals that just went in for them. Really excited again, whatever comes of this, to see that there are entities looking at the usefulness of the PIVX ecosystem and the blockchain. So again, awesome to see that. All right, there's another third-party actually owned ecosystem cryptocurrency and project, Observer, OBSR, that's done something that's really unique, I think, for PIVX and the entire blockchain cryptocurrency model as a whole. So they wanted to code fork PIVX for their own use, their own tokens internally. They identified PIVX as a really, really stable, solid, useful ecosystem. They want to use it for their own internal uses. And instead of just copying it and, you know, going on their way, they really wanted to acknowledge PIVX and what it's built and designed. So they actually flew over and signed an MOU with 7hacks, founder of PIVX, stating intentionally that they want to publicly promote PIVX and themselves as really being proud of the fact that they are built on PIVX. You know, like we look at the ecosystem of how many forks of Bitcoin there have been, right, over time. Well, I think up to now there's almost 500 forks, known forks of PIVX. This is the first one that's really stepping up and saying, look, we want to publicly declare that, you know, PIVX is a solid project, and we're proud of that, right? And we've seen in the past there have been projects that, whether inadvertently or advertently, try and hide the fact that they actually are a PIVX code fork. Congrats to Observer. Really excited to see how this relationship emerges, potential alliances, who knows. Yet at the very minimum, it's incredible to see this project come out of South Korea and doing this work. So again, congrats to all of you Pivians out there, developers, marketing, support. You guys, it's been, you know, a crazy year, but for hanging in there and really continuing to bring the best of blockchain to people. All right, let's talk about events. Man, it's been another wild past 4 weeks. There have been events. There are events coming. I myself personally did an interview for CNBC in South Korea that should be airing any day now, so stay tuned for that. Awesome to see that relationship form. We got to sit down with some of the producers. They're really excited about PIVX, and there's potential to keep an ongoing segment going. So excited and honored for that opportunity. Was also at the UN, got invited to be part of the UN's SDG Frontier Financing Summit. Got to speak about PIVX, got to speak a little bit more about views of blockchain and life, which again, that's PIVX, right? We're people at the core of it, and this code base reflects our ideals and beliefs and what we want for the future. So it was really honored to represent PIVX there at the UN, and that'll be ongoing as well. Some other events coming up. Currently, I think there's one going on right now, Latin America. I know there's a bunch of Pivians down there. There's a big expo going on, conference. So awesome to see that and get the feedback. PIVX is known and growing. Great to see that. There's events coming up in Malta the first week of November, and then directly on the heels of that, Web Summit. So I know a bunch of Pivians are going to be representing there and presenting on PIVX's behalf. And then later in November, back in Seoul in Korea, there's a Provenance, very, very high exclusive blockchain summit that's being put on. PIVX developers are actually going to be speaking at that and educating the community there about blockchain and specifically PIVX. So that's just in like the next 4 weeks. It's incredible. Good job. Congrats everyone. Keep it up. And if you want more information about those events, go check the links below and always go to pivx.org to keep informed of what's going on. All right, a couple more, not trivial updates, but man, there's so much to keep informed about. Ambassador program, again, so these are the individuals regionally, globally that are promoting PIVX. That's going very well. There's a lot of feedback coming out of that. Congrats to all of you ambassadors. Thank you for your work in your regions. It's awesome to see that. Let's see, there's also, we were sponsored, PIVX has sponsored what I am being told, a very top-end, high-end UFC fighter, right? So this was something that came up. You know, proposal got put in, and the community voted yes. So those announcements should be coming soon, but there is a UFC fighter that will be promoting PIVX. Excited to see what that turns into. So I think last of all, just remember there are alliance calls, right? So there is an official PIVX alliance protocol. Those occur usually monthly. So take a look, see what's coming up for that. You can get informed of all these third-party projects and endeavors that want to partner with PIVX. Really awesome and informative. Stay up to date on those. With that, I think I'm going to conclude. Thanks for watching, folks. It's been an incredible past couple weeks. Really excited to see what the next couple weeks hold for PIVX. You know, again, this isn't financial advice or any market advice, but it does seem really, really awesome to see the upticks for PIVX of recent. The awareness is growing. We're rising through the ranks. coin market cap. Just really awesome to see the market responding to the work being done on all fronts for PIVX. So again, thank you for tuning in. Be nice to yourself, be kind to your neighbors, and as always, keep it purple, people.